It was sleepless nights, anxiety, no one to talk to. I couldn't express my fears and hang-ups. I felt shameful, so I kept it to myself.
Myself and my husband opened up a business in 2007 that went to the wall in 2010, and we just haven't been able to recover since then.
These people who no longer feel that they are to be ashamed, who keep their head down when they go into the local communities. We are here today as one people.
I am basically here and doing my activities because not for me but for my grandchildren. I can't see a future for them in this country because in 100 years the money that we owe to the banks will never be paid.
I filed my suit and I'm at ease, but before that I was getting phone calls every 2 days, hassling me, upsetting me. It's just a nightmare, a nightmare. I've a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old. Been paying my mortgage for 10 years, my business went bang and I have nothing now.
But they tried to intimidate me in every possible way. They told me to pay off the mortgage within 10 days. I told them where to go. Then, as I said, they gave me 7 days to hand back the keys. I told them where to go again. That was a year and a half ago. I'm still in my home and that's not going to change.
I had to take leave from work to look after my sister, got very sick, and I took work, 2 years carers leave they gave me, and after the 2 years was up, they gave me a choice of going back to work, but I couldn't go back to work. My sister deteriorated and she suffers from dementia and bipolar disorder, and she has chronic kidney failure, and so I took her to live with me just to keep her from going to a nursing home or a psychiatric home, and I couldn't just leave her there, and now she lives with me all the time, and so I had to give up my job altogether. So now she's with me full time and I look after her, and I was paying €800 a month to my bank and they still weren't happy. They were putting me under terrible pressure, and it was an awful stressful time.
Watching friends and family and having to leave this country because of the mistakes of politicians and others that were meant to be protecting the rights of our citizens. Watching them having to leave the country, having no option, I kind of felt like I had to do something.
No matter what I do in my life, I cannot change where I ended up and my circumstances. What can I afford to pay the banks? What is right and what is wrong? My belief now is that my children are fed and clothed and educated and loved.
Today is highly significant insofar as people will no longer be alone fighting their own battles and their own terrors. They can see that by coming together that we're stronger coming together, and there's no need for people to be terrified in their homes and terrified of the banks.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we just make a few words, say a few words here this morning? Thank you very much. As the spokesperson here this morning for Debt Options and the People of Éire, I'm exceptionally proud to introduce you to the couple that are going forward with the first of numerous cases which will be adjoined to numerous criminal complaints made by the people of Ireland against the banking structure and the banking system. Everything that we say within this summons is and can be withheld 100% by our professional legal team.
As a family, we're overwhelmed by all this today, but I'd just like to say we're honoured to be the chosen ones to proceed against the bank with this case, and that bank is Bank of Ireland. Thank you.
Yes! 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 Did you all hear that? The first bank and criminal convictions, hopefully down along the line to attach to it, the first bank is Bank of Ireland. Yeah! I'm just going to give you just a few lines, just the opening lines of this summons. I'll give you the rest during our 1-year birthday party in a minute. The plaintiff's claim is damages for breach of trust, breach of contract, breach of fiduciary duty, deceit, gross negligence, breach of duty, including breach of statutory duty, misrepresentation, fraudulent misrepresentation. Did you hear that word? Okay. Negligent misstatement, fraudulent misstatement, breach of company law, breach of banking regulations, breach of central bank code of conduct, breach of consumer protection code, breach of accounting regulations. That is the first paragraph of 2 pages of what's going in today, and numerous more banks to follow. Most sincerely to applaud every one of yourselves who've had the guts to come up here in the last 12 months and put your lives, your families, your future, your financial security on the line in supporting this, and also to thank sincerely the people here at the High Court who did treat us with so much respect over the last 12 months. Our sincere thanks to every last one of them.
When we originally bought a house, we looked at a future of, I suppose, nice holidays, nice car, educating your child, setting up my own business, which obviously all fell through when the boom went boom. That's all gone now. I've no job. I can't support my family. I can't support my daughter, and due to no fault of my own, I think the worst thing I done was work. I worked all my life, pay my taxes, and this is what I'm left. I left with the only hope of debt options carrying us through, and basically that's it.
How long have you been dealing with stress from the banks?
Over a year now. Constant phone calls and letters, and it was stressful knowing that we couldn't put a proper food on the table. Like, we were scrimping with everything from our phone bills, couldn't pay them, and our food shopping was gone down. We weren't eating properly. Everybody could see the stress in our faces, and one man came up to me today after the High Court and said that he talked about us as a couple. The minute we went into our first meeting, he could see our faces were just so stressed, and he said the minute we left, he's seen the change in our faces. And when he talks about debt options to people, he uses us as how he describes people can change after one meeting with debt options.
How are you feeling today, at the moment?
Liberated and empowered.
Unbelievably liberated, like, and super proud.
Very proud, and we're going to hold our heads up high and see it to the bitter end that everybody in debt options gets what we're looking for. And the whole country that's in trouble, there are thousands out there, and they need to know that there's help.
And the truth will come out.